station. Your music, your island.
Okay, so as promised, I have guests in the studio with me tonight. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I'm Paul Hale and I play in a band called The Landed. Although it's just me tonight.
It is just you, isn't it?
Yes.
Where are the others?
They're at home, probably going to bed now, 'cause that's how rock and roll we are.
Brilliant.
Because of their, unfortunately, we all have jobs, so I have to get to bed at reasonable times. See, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, so that's dedication for you, isn't it?
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, isn't it?
I would not do that.
No.
I think I was up at 11.
11?
Yeah.
Blimey, that's a good line. No wonder you're so full of energy.
Well, that would be the coffee.
Yeah.
So, just you. So
Yep.
you get to answer all the lovely questions. No pressure.
That's right. I'll take them on.
Are you feeling pressured?
Not too bad at the moment.
That's okay then.
Hey, you made me feel very welcome.
Good. Good. I like to be nice. Then I start asking you the questions and they come out a bit evil.
Right, looking forward to this.
Okay, so what daft band names did you go through in the past?
Daft band names.
Yes.
We had Roger the Cat.
Okay.
You can read into that one if you like. What else did we have? Turnstile. As in the things that you walk through.
Yep.
I don't know how he managed that. What other ones were there? Daft band names. I don't know, we had Eclipse, which was a bit boy bandy.
Yeah, that makes you sound like you're going to be sat on stools.
Yes, it does. I think they were probably the 3 worst band names that we had.
So what made you stick with The Landed?
Well, we were Stalker after that, after all those ridiculous ones. We were Stalker, but we had to change that because people kept searching for us and finding really weird things. So we changed it to The Landed.
Was there a reason behind being called The Landed, or it just came out of the blue?
It's really difficult, actually, if you want to try and find a band name that someone else hasn't got. So it was just a case of just going through loads of different things until we came up with something that no one else had. And I think The Landed was that. It's as boring as that, unfortunately.
So no real meaning behind it at all?
No real meaning behind it, no. I could try and sort of sit here and make something up that sounds cool, but I can't, unfortunately.
So it says I was looking on your Facebook and your website, and it said to start with you quit your job.
Yeah, which I then had to get back again because I ran out of money.
What made you quit it in the first place?
I think the fact I've been doing it since I was 16. The guys I work with are really tedious, so I had to sort of just get away from it for a little bit. And then I sort of got to the point where I sort of needed to get a job again, because it's hard, trying to do the music thing. You sort of come away from your job and think, right, I'll give this a go and do this and that, but it's quite a hard thing to do, and you end up sort of, because I was the only one that was doing it out of the band, you end up sort of feeling quite out there by yourself. So in the end it was a case of just going back to work and doing this when I could, hence why I've been at work today and I'm here now.
Would you like to quit the job again?
It's alright at the moment, actually. I think you'd always favour doing just going around playing gigs and writing songs, but
well, that would be the dream, wouldn't it?
That's the dream, isn't it? That is the dream.
So do you enjoy being in a band with a sibling?
Yes and no. There's times when it's good, and then there's times where he just irritates me more than anyone else in the world. So when it's not going right, it's not great being around him, and he probably thinks the same about me, to be honest.
Does it cause any creative differences?
We're sort of quite on the same page when it comes to that sort of thing. So we normally agree on everything. There are times where his input is not exactly what I would have done, or vice versa. But otherwise, I think it works quite well in a creative sense.
Does it make the other two feel awkward sometimes?
No, they're quite laid back guys. Really, they're not. They don't tend to. Yeah, they're sort of both quite weird.
That's a lovely word. Why weird?
They're just really laid back. You'd have to meet them and get to know them, but they've just got their little quirks, and they're lovely guys. They're nice to play in a band with. One of them's a genius. He's a maths genius. He's a member of Mensa and all that.
Maths genius?
Yeah.
I hate him already.
If you ask him a question, if you say to him what was the day, and you give him a date, you know, it can be 5 years before or after today's date, and he'll tell you what day it was.
I can't even do my times tables, so that's quite impressive.
2 times 2.
4, and
There
I just
you
had
go.
to work that out in my head. How bad is that?
You're fine.
Anyway, I'm supposed to be asking the questions. Don't turn it round.
Sorry.
How did it feel to have Taking You Out be BBC introducing as track of the week?
Yeah, that was nice. It was a nice moment, and you're always striving to get it, you know, somewhere mainstream. And when you get an email through saying that it's going to be played on, you know, a Radio 1 slot, it's a nice feeling. It makes you feel like you've written something that is worthwhile and that people actually appreciate. Especially, you know, the guys, Hugh Stevens over at Radio 1. It's a nice feeling, yeah.
So had you sent the song over to them in hope of it, or did
you
they just...
you upload it to the BBC introducing site, and then you normally get played on your local radio station. And if they like it, they can sometimes push it forward onto those guys. And if they like it, then they'll play it. So that's what happened in that case. So yeah, it was nice. It was a nice little surprise. I'd like to have more on there, to be honest.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So from being in a band together for so long, what would your top tips be for any new bands?
Top tips for new bands. I don't really feel like I can give tips because I'm always getting stuff wrong myself, but I would say never ever pay to play anywhere. There's lots of different things that are set up just to purely make money out of the poor bands that are striving to get somewhere. So there's lots of things where you have to pay to play, or you know, sell 50 tickets at a tenner, you know, and you'll potentially win something amazing. You know, avoid those sorts of things, and just start local, I think, and just try and build up a bit of a fan base locally before trying to just, you know, everyone wants to go straight to London and play at those sort of gigs and promote. You know, you got to be careful what promoter you go with, because they're along the same lines sometimes. So just be a little bit wary. Keep your wits about you. That's what I would say.
And have some good songs, yeah.
And write some good songs. Yeah. Don't just write a cacophony of guitar notes coming out.
So on, again, with your research on Facebook, it says that Jimi Hendrix, Fleetwood Mac and Oasis are all influences. Did you grow up listening to them, or was there anyone else?
Yeah, I grew up listening to those mainly because my dad was quite into them. So he liked Dire Straits, Jimi Hendrix. He had sort of Bad Company records as well, which I remember really liking. The Beatles, really like them as well.
They're a classic one, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I loved all that sort of stuff really, and you know, he used to show me some of the old videos and Hendrix doing his thing that he does on stage, and that sort of made, yeah, sort of does spur you on a little bit to learn, to knuckle down and learn.
So was there one artist in particular that made you think you absolutely have to be doing this?
I would, yeah, probably Jimi Hendrix, just because I loved his everything really. I loved his songs, his guitar playing, and the way he carried himself on stage as well. Makes you think, yeah, you know, I'd like to. You're never going to be like that, but it makes you want to get out there and do it.
You could be like that.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I have to grow my hair a bit more.
Yeah.
It's a bit thin as well. It's not as curly as his.
So your EP was released last year.
Yes.
How did you choose what tracks would make the cut?
How did we choose which tracks made the... Well, I think it was a case of writing how many tracks were on there in the end? 6. I think we wrote about 8 songs, so it wasn't, you know, a hard thing really to get it down. And Emma Scott, you know, who's a plug-in baby, she was quite good in sort of telling us which songs she really liked. So it was just a case of showing them to people and whittling it down to 6 good songs and just throwing out a couple that weren't quite so strong, really. But it's a decision made by everyone, really.
So how long did it take to make the EP?
I reckon that took from start to finish. I reckon it took about 6 months.
So not too long then.
Not too long, no. But when you're an unsigned band, you can't you can't really afford to take that long. You know, I think once you're signed to a label, and you can take a year or so to make something, but when you're unsigned, you just need to get stuff out there. Really, if you spend too much time getting one thing out there, you're gonna waste a lot of that time, aren't you?
Well, you don't want to lose the fan base, do you? Really?
Well, exactly. Just hundreds of thousands of people just drifting away from you.
So besides Amazon, is there anywhere else people can buy the hard copies of the EP?
Well, what we normally say, because I did the Amazon thing, but what I normally do is just put posts out saying if people do want the hard copy, they can just email us, which is info@thelanded.com, and just send us an email and we'll get one out to you.
Yeah, 'cause we saw it. It's on iTunes as well, isn't it?
It's on iTunes as well. But we was talking about this today at work. I can't really gauge how many people are still using iTunes and how many people are just onto Spotify or going back to CDs. So it's difficult. You're trying to sort of work out what the best platform to put your songs on are.
So, what's your opinion on download versus physical copies especially for an unsigned band?
Well, see, personally, I used to like having the physical copy of something because it's it's a piece of work. It's not just about downloading one song from an album or whatever, which you can do on the iTunes model. But when you used to go and buy an LP or whatever, you get that piece of work, the whole piece of work. But unfortunately, if you're an unsigned band, you've got to do whatever you can to make sure that you sell stuff. So I think you've got to be on iTunes, and you've got to be on Spotify, and you've got to have everything covered really for whatever anyone wants to listen to it on.
So would you agree that YouTube, Spotify and SoundCloud are helping?
They help in one way, and I think in another way they help in as much as you can get your stuff out there. Anyone now can get their stuff out there. It's not, there's so many different platforms to put your music on to get heard. That's a great thing for us. It can't be anything else. But at the same time, there's so much of it now, and it's every artist can put something on there, and it just feels sometimes you feel like it's a little bit flooded. But that may be coming from the perspective of someone who's trying to get out there, and so you don't really want all the competition, do you? But
yeah, there is an awful lot on YouTube.
Yeah.
And SoundCloud, because it will suggest, you listen to one song, it will suggest all these others, and you just feel a bit overwhelmed sometimes. Well,
that's what exactly. It is a little bit overwhelming, but at the same time, there's no excuses for not getting your music out there, is there? You can record stuff at home now quite well, and you can upload it to SoundCloud. It's free. Everything's free to get out there, so there's no excuses.
So, if you have any plans to release a full-length album?
We've just released another single, which is going to be on an EP that we're putting out in July, and I think maybe after that, give it another year or something, and maybe we'll just create a full album. But no, I haven't got any plans to do it just yet.
So how was the new single received? Because it came out on the 25th. Yeah,
on the 25th. Yeah, we've had some nice feedback from it actually. It seems to have gone down quite well. It's just it's the same thing when you're unsigned. You're trying to get it out there. If you see what I mean. So you get nice feedback from people that are in your immediate contact list or whatever, or on your social media sites, friends, family. But you just want to get it out. As far as you can, really.
Does the good feedback help you want to push it out further?
It's nice. I mean, if you put something out, you soon know if it's not been well received, and that makes you sort of think, well, maybe this isn't one to push. But if you put something out and you're getting good feedback, and it's honest, good feedback, then it sort of spurs you on to get it into other people's hands and push it as far as you can, really.
So where do you find the inspiration for the lyrics behind the songs?
I just try and go on sort of real stuff, really. Try and base it on real experiences or something that means something to you, people that you know, people that you want to write about sometimes.
Are you writing with other people listening to it in mind, or are you writing with just your heart and head in mind?
Yeah, it's just pretty much just me and my thoughts and ideas, really. But it's quite hard sometimes with lyrics. Sometimes you can just come to a bit of a stop where you literally can't get anything to fit and you can't think of anything. But It's normally just stuff that I just feel I want to say, I suppose. But it's difficult. Sometimes you can be quite negative as well. I found that with a lot of my lyrics. I sort of read back and I thought, I can't really keep doing this where I'm just being negative, because everyone will just think I'm a miserable what's it. So yeah, I've been trying to make them a little bit more upbeat recently.
So does everyone in the band get involved in the writing process, or is the lyrics just mainly down to you?
The lyrics is just me. The music side of it, we all tend to chip in, jam it through, but the lyrics side of it is just down to me, really. I wish the others would pipe in with something, because it'd make it a lot easier.
There you go, if they're listening.
Yeah. That's right, get writing. Write something down.
So any plans for merch?
Do you know what? No.
Why not?
It's like it's something. Maybe it's just an idea that I've got, and maybe it's wrong, but it's one of those things where I see bands doing it, especially if they're unsigned and they're trying to build a fan base. I think it's a bit run before you can walk. You want to get people engaged with your music, and you want to give them a good show live. And when you get enough of a following, or when people have got a real buzz about you, then start pumping the merch out. But at the moment, when you're trying to build a fan base and you're going around and you're playing to people and putting music out, I don't really see the need for it. I don't really see what it does for you at this stage in the game. I can see it at a later stage if you've progressed to that stage, but I don't really see what it does for you right now. I can't see myself ordering a landed mug and putting it out in front of the stage when we play.
Most people will go for t-shirts before mugs, but okay.
Yeah. You're probably right there. That's where I'm going wrong, you see.
Yeah, you're thinking of the mugs and all of that, yeah.
Yeah, when I took all those mugs to the skip, I thought, I'm never doing this again.
Okay, so a new law has been passed, and you can only listen to 2 songs for the rest of the year. Which landed track would you pick, and what other track?
So one of my own and another artist. One of my own. Probably be Taking You Out, which was on the EP that was released last year. And if I had to listen to one song,
only the one.
It would probably be Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan.
Really?
No. It would probably be Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower.
I was going to say, because you've got to have this song on pretty much repeat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I do well up a little bit when listening to Kylie and Jason. But, for choice, I think I'll have to go Hendrix's version of All Along the Watchtower.
Probably going to regret asking this now then. Do you have any guilty pleasures? Obviously not Kylie, you're clearly quite a fan.
I do have a guilty pleasure.
Are you going to say it?
Made in Chelsea.
That's it's not a guilty pleasure in my head. I religiously watch it, but okay.
Really?
Yes.
Do you?
I do. I love Made in Chelsea.
Yeah, see, I don't like any of the others.
No, just that one.
And the others, I'll sit there going, what is this? But
you don't like Towie?
No.
What's wrong with Towie? It's from where you're from.
Yeah, it just doesn't... It's just not Made in Chelsea. I think the girls are nicer on Made in Chelsea as well.
I'm not going to agree with that. The men are nicer.
You think the men are nicer? Who's your favourite Made in Chelsea man?
Andy Jordan.
Really?
Yeah.
So I thought he's a bit awkward.
He is, but have you heard his music?
Cheesy. Oh, I have heard some of it. I thought that was cheesy as well.
Oh, okay.
But maybe that's just because he's doing far better than I am.
Could be a little bit of jealousy going on there, yeah. Any musical guilty pleasures, though?
Musical guilty pleasures. Let's have a think about it. Yeah. Well, I don't know if this is a guilty pleasure or not, but whenever I say it, I get laughed at. I like the Cause.
Fair enough.
Do you like the Cause?
Yeah, they're quite cool, actually.
Do you think they're cool?
Yeah. See, my guilty pleasure's One Direction, so...
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, to put that in perspective.
Yeah, I can't agree with you on that one, unfortunately. Good luck to them, but not my sort of thing.
Well, they have just lost a member, so...
They have, so we've got to be nice to them. Poor lads.
So, Dead or Alive, as a band you can tour with anyone, and it's a double headlining tour. Who would it be?
we get to tour with one band, Dead or Alive.
Yeah. You're double headlining with them as well, so you're on level peggings.
Okay. Let's have a think about this. Dead or Alive. Let's go Alive. I think the Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters?
Yeah, because he just seems like quite a nice bloke, doesn't he?
Hmm.
Do you not think?
No.
You don't like him?
I don't like his voice. He's an excellent drummer, but I can't stand his singing voice.
It's quite shouty, but I think it's shouty in a good way. I don't know how he's still got a voice. Mine's struggling after 4 gigs at the weekend. It's a bit rough.
So do you have management, or do you prefer to do it yourself?
We just do it ourselves, to be honest. I think I'm not sure what management would do for us. You know, I think they'd probably
book all your gigs.
Apart from book all the gigs, which we do, but you know, we've played at gigs with other bands, and we're doing exactly the same gigs that their management are getting them into. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
They're on the same circuit. They're doing the same things. Yeah, and I don't know, unless you've got. Well, again, you have to be careful who you're going with, I suppose. But if someone approached us with some great ideas or something, and you know, I'd be up for it. But
so, would you ever look to sign to a label, or do you definitely prefer the DIY edge?
I think it depends who the label is. I think you got to be very careful who you're signing with. If it's a good label, you know, if it's someone like what's that? There's a fairly small label that 1975 are signed to, but you know, if it's someone like them who are really sort of making inroads into the industry, then yeah, great. But if it's just a little label that really are going to do what you're doing anyway, and you're still going to have to pay for everything, then can't really see the point in that.
So you're looking at one of the ones that are kind of established.
Yeah, just sign me to a massive label and let's have done with it. Let's just get us on the road.
What song do you like most about playing live?
Of our own?
Yeah.
I quite like playing a song we wrote recently called What a Day. Just because it's got quite a lot of energy to it. It's going to be on the new EP that's out in July. Yeah, and it's got little guitar runs and stuff. Well, it's got one little guitar run that I quite like on there. And yeah, it's always nice to show off, isn't it, as a guitarist? Well, you know, you're a guitarist yourself. You've got to have a little bit, haven't you? You've got to have a little bit, even if it just lasts for 5 seconds. You've got to show off.
Obviously, you said of your own. Does that mean you still play covers live as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to you know, even if you're doing your own gigs and stuff, it's good to throw in a couple of covers. Just because you know, when you're getting your own stuff, it is new to people a lot of the time, so it's nice just to throw a couple in there. So we often do something like Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd. That's a nice one to do. Always gets people going. I can show off a lot as well. Keep the attention firmly on me.
Would you say showing off's the best thing you like about playing live?
Yeah. I think it's, yeah. Would you call it showing? Yeah, it is showing off. Yeah, I think I do quite like. Yeah, I mean, you sort of learn all those years and you sort of try and master something, and then you do want to get out and just show people what you can do sometimes, I suppose. But it depends who you're playing to as well, because sometimes it can go over people's heads. That's quite frustrating, that as well. Because it's like, look what I'm doing.
And then they really don't care.
Yeah, and they just play something we know. If you see what I mean.
So have you got any pre-stage mental rituals that you have to do?
I've had quite a lot of problems with my voice, so I do try and warm up, but I always go take myself off somewhere where no one else can hear me do it.
That's a nice standard one.
Ridiculous.
That's not crazy at all, really. That sounds quite sensible.
It is sensible. You know, you've got to look after it, haven't you? But it's a bit rough today. You know, it's just, I can feel it.
It's because you've been at work.
It is. It's all those
blame
hours.
Blame it on work. It's fine.
I will. That's what it is. It's such a stressful job.
So what song goes best down with the audiences that you've written?
Song that goes down the best. What do we normally get a good reaction from? We've written a song called Love That Look, which was originally about Kelly Brook, but then we sort of changed it a little bit, changed the wording.
So who's it about now?
Well, it's more about just, how do I put it? Just like real looking women, you know, not because you get a lot of like the Towie thing where it's a lot of fake tan, a lot of fake this, pumped up lips, you know, all these different things. And it's a bit like, it's just about how blokes really just like a nice natural looking woman. Curvaceous. I'm not going to go too far into that.
So would you say that's the song you like playing personally?
Yeah, it's just got a nice groove to it. That and the other one called What a Day. They've got a nice groove to them. They flow. People tend to bounce to them a little bit. You know, it seems to connect with people. They're good live songs. You know, some tracks you write come across nice on an EP, and others are nice to play live. So those two, yeah, they're nice to play live. Love That Looks Good to play live.
Any embarrassing moments that have happened?
Embarrassing moments? Losing your voice, but there's not a lot you can do about that. Probably fighting with my brother on stage.
Interesting.
Ended up rolling around on the floor. Probably. That was
with
probably quite
instruments
embarrassing.
still intact, or
yeah, I had mine still around my neck, and it's sort of supposed to be a joke, and then I think we just meant it by the end of it.
Oh dear.
How
did that go down?
Yeah, I think people found it quite entertaining. There's a picture of it somewhere on one of our sites. Someone captured it beautifully. Yeah, apart from taking down a fence after a gig in the van, that was embarrassing because there's people outside. The old van itself was embarrassing. Apart from
Why
that,
was the van embarrassing?
it was a Ford Transit that was really, really badly beaten up and rusted and just ridiculous.
Yeah,
really.
at least you had a van.
At least we had a van.
Silver lining and all that.
Yeah. Apart from that, no, I don't think we've had it. The bass player turned up to a gig without his bass guitar. That was
Brilliant.
embarrassing.
Good start.
Trying to explain that one when you're late going on.
You were late going on as well.
Yeah. Apart from that, I don't think we've had too many embarrassing moments. There's a lot of stuff happens when you're playing an unsigned band that's just annoying. Like, equipment always goes wrong or something doesn't work, then you've got to stand there in front of everyone trying to suss it out. You've got sweat dripping off you, and there's the pressures on you.
Everybody's staring at you.
Everyone's staring at you like, what's he doing? That sort of stuff. But that's all just part of it, I think. It's all good.
Okay, so if you could ask any of the other members of the band a question, who would it be and what would it be?
It would be to my brother Dave, and it would be, why have you not changed your hair since pretty much leaving primary school?
What's wrong with his hair that bothers you so much?
Just you know, when like years ago, when people got pots of gel and they just gelled it down as it was, sort of thing, just gel it down flat, so it almost looked plastic. Like, you know, the little plastic toys you get with the
yeah,
where you can take the hair off. That's what my brother's looks like, and he's had that since he left primary school, and he's never ever changed it. So I'd really like to know why he's never changed that. Why he's still got a 10-year-old's haircut.
that is a brilliant question. I'm not gonna lie. So have you got any shows coming up?
We're playing at the Anglia Ruskin University Ball on Saturday.
Do you have to dress up for that? Do you have to dress up like you're going to a ball?
I don't think so. No, I think they want us to, to look like a band, because they want sort of new bands.
Oh, that's a shame. We could have all worn ball gowns.
We could have done tuxedos and stuff.
No, not the tuxedos, just the ball gowns.
Just a ball gown.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's
I hadn't
different
thought
look.
of that myself. And then we're at Essex University the following week, and I think Professor Green's on. Well, I just hit a string there. Professor Green's on last on that one, so that's quite a nice one to do.
Professor Green is good.
Yeah.
Married to a Made in Chelsea star.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Is
He
that
is.
Millie?
Millie, yeah.
Yeah. I like Lucy Watson myself.
She's cool. I do like her.
Yeah. Fiery.
Okay, so you're going to play some tracks for us.
Yes.
What ones are you going to play, and why have you picked those ones?
I because I'm doing it's. I don't often do, the songs on acoustic by myself. So I had to sort of pick the ones that I thought I'd be able to do basically by myself and that would come across well. So I think I just picked these two, which What a Day is the first one I'll do, and then after that I'm going to play She, which is the single we recorded recently.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Apologise for my voice in advance because it's a little bit rough, but I'm sure people understand.
I'm sure they will.
It's hard, isn't it? It's just hard being me, really.
I think I can hear a violin slowly in the background.
Yeah, that's it. Come on, everyone feels sorry for me. Just excuses, really. Right. I flew across the world without an aeroplane. Helped 100 girls to feel good again. Saved a man from dying and I took the pain. Swam across the ocean making him wanna say it's false, but you realize the lie that you have inside, but you're always blind. What a day, what a day. Can we play it all over again? The trees were growing money, it was everywhere. Gave it all away because I didn't care. Everyone's forgotten they were feeling low. What can make you happy you may never know. The small things and the real life are all things that you have to find, but we're all so blind. What a day, what a day. Can we play it all over again? Guitar on I was talking about. Small things and the real life are all things that you have to find, but we're all so blind. What a day, what a day. Can we play it all over again? What a day, what a day. Can we play it all over again?
I'm going to assume that little guitar bit sounds better on electric.
It absolutely does. You can't really... You can get it out, but it needs... Yeah, it needs a bit of sustain.
It needs the oomph that the electric can give, yeah.
Yeah. Try your best.
It's alright. It's good. It was good. I'm just imagining it would sound better on the...
You're just an electric guitar fan, aren't you?
I am.
You
But
really
I do
want
like
that-
acoustic, because I like the little squeaks you get between the strings when you're changing the
Yeah,
chords.
do you know what?
It's my favourite
said
part.
that to me. They like the squeak.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Maybe I ought to just try and do that more. Maybe I should forget the little run and just go...
Just do the squeaks, yeah.
And then come back in.
Okay, so you can play your single for us.
Yes. Right, let's just have a sip of this.
Came out at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, that's on iTunes. I don't think it's come on Spotify yet, but I think it will do at some stage. Right, so there's no guitar runs in this one. It's just standard. We never said it was perfect. Just trying to see if it's worth it. That's what she did, little hero. She wants everybody to know. She is a fire, a roar and a lion. Without her it's over, but she found us in time. We've done, and dreamers they need a believer. The name is Ophelia. She's a fire that roars a lion. Without her it's over, but she found us in time. No giving up, won't do this for her. This cup is half full with water. Don't give up now, don't give up now, don't give up. All that you need is a hero who wants everybody to know. She is a fire that roars a lion. Without her it's over, but she found us in time. She is a fire that roars a lion. Without her it's over, but she found us in time. There you go.
There you go. How's your voice?
It's all right. It's just about made it through that. I think there was a duff note in the guitar there, right in the middle.
You didn't notice. It's okay.
No, I got away with it.
You got away with it.
Excellent.
So, do you want to say out your links so that people can find you?
Yep. The website is just www.thelanded.com, which has then got all the various links on it. But the Facebook page is just facebook.com/thelanded, and then you've got Twitter, which is We Are The Landed, at We Are The Landed on Twitter. We've also got the SoundCloud page as well, but again you just /The Landed, so it's all pretty much The Landed apart from the Twitter, which is We Are The Landed.
Why is the Twitter different?
Because The Landed was taken on Twitter. Yeah, and it was by someone who was following one person and had no followers.
Oh, that's always annoying.
So it's annoying, yeah. And I tweeted him, but I guess he just doesn't use it. So yeah, I had to come up with We Are The Landed. It's the only thing I could think of, really. We are.
Okay, so thank you for coming on.
No problem, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
That's okay. Is there any song requests you want?
Any song requests? Have you got any Dire Straits or Jimi Hendrix?
I've put some Jimi Hendrix on for you.
Fantastic. Look forward to that.
I'm that good, see.
Brilliant.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that is you done.
Good
Congrats.
Stuff. I'll enjoy Jimi Hendrix then.
This is Sheppey FM.